we won't take path A because they're not equal. But we can take path B because we've got 0, 0 for EST and LST, and we've got 7 and 7 for EST and LST. Does that make sense? So we can say that your first activity you have to do is B. What do you think is the next one you might have to do to complete this task? 7, 7, G.
G.
Which then gives you a total of 11 minutes. Is there another path you can take?
Yes.
Yeah? What's that one?
I don't know what letter that is.
So B to F, but what we do is behind that, we write via dummy link.
Yeah.
Which then equals 11 minutes. Okay. What I want to put up here, well, does that make sense how that works?
Well, if it's, how's that 11 minutes if it's going 7, then to 7, then 4? How's that 11?
Pardon?
Because if that's got to go through a dummy link to F, wouldn't that add more time to it?
No, because 7 plus 0 is still 7.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I thought it was 7, sorry.
So you're looking at your dummy link.
Oh, okay.
Right, that's good. So what we're now going to do here is I want to talk to you about slack time. So slack time, and another word for slack time is called float time. Okay, so slack time is basically the LST minus the EST. Okay, so what slack time is, it says, well, do you have any room in your activity from the earliest start to the last start time that if you have to delay the project, can you do it or not? So for instance, let's have a look at activity C here. So if we look at activity C, it has an activity 2 and 4. So it has a slack time of 2 minutes. So that basically means that I could take an extra 2 minutes to complete that task, and it won't affect the overall task itself. Yeah? What do we notice about the critical path? What do we know about the slack time for the critical path? Have a look at EST and LST for the critical path points. Is there any slack time at all?
No.
No. Equal. Okay, so your critical path is always going to be giving you 0 slack time. So for instance, if we look at the slack time for this activity here, if we delayed it by 1 minute, it will delay the entire project by 1 minute. Where if I delay this here by 1 minute, it's not going to affect the entire project because it's not on the critical path. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's what a slack time is. It's all about asking you, well, how much time do I have up my sleeve to complete this task if something goes wrong? And if something goes wrong, will it affect the overall completion? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah? So what I want everyone to have a go at now is, you've got a second sheet, this one here. Fix the dummy link up so you've got the arrow pointing up. And I want you to have a go at it by yourself.